Hi, this is Kaery with Kaery Concealed in the Active Self-Protection Extra channel. And today I have a special guest that I'd like to introduce you to. And I thought that we could ask our special guest the Instructor Insider questions. And we'll do that when we come back.
The Storm Hunter WX weather app is free to download and use and provides you with warning of severe weather even before the National Weather Services issue alerts. This advanced weather app is an important tool for awareness of severe weather that I use every day. Download and use it totally free without in-app purchases on iOS or Android at the link below.
All right, welcome back. So all of you know our special guest. This is Mr. Neil Weidner. If you don't know him, then you must be new. This must be their first video on the channel.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I am pretty special in some weird ways. That's true.
In the best of ways. All right, so our Instructor Insider questions. The first one is tell the people a little bit about yourself and where they can find you, but I'm pretty sure they know that stuff.
Yeah, I'm Neil. I'm here. This is where you find me. Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
easy.
Next question. For how long have you been an instructor?
Oh, man. Going on 10 years, I suppose, now.
Okay.
I've been a coach of, of other things. Firearms, is the last 10 years or so. But I've been a coach of, different sporting events and different things that take technique in the same manner for 30 years. So,
wow.
I've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time.
And coaching is coaching, and teaching is teaching,
it is,
right?
Yeah.
All right, what was your first gun, and what is your current favorite gun? And I mean first gun ever.
First gun ever?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great. First gun ever would have been a. I don't remember the name of it. It was a 270 deer rifle. It was the first one. My first gun that I bought myself. If I remember, I was 14 years old and I bought my first deer rifle.
Wow. You probably worked hard to save that money.
Yeah, and like my dad didn't even come to the store with me. I went to the coast to coast in this little tiny town in South Dakota, walked in as a 14-year-old and said, I want that gun, and they sold it to me.
And how did you know which one you wanted at 14?
I wanted a 270 because one of the older people that I hunted with shot a 270, and I really liked his.
Okay.
And so that was why I bought that gun.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
And then what's your current favorite gun? Oh, wait, actually, do you still have that gun? Do you still have your 270?
I don't. That is one of my biggest regrets
that
ever.
Makes me sad.
Is that I traded that gun in on something, and I immediately and have ever since regretted it.
Oh,
yeah.
It's not like you can never get back.
Yeah, no.
That's okay. You have good memories of it. Do you have pictures of it?
I'm sure there's a picture of me and a deer.
And a deer.
I shot a lot of deer with it. I believe if I remember right, Stephanie hunted deer with me one year, and she shot her deer with that.
Oh, that makes it extra special then.
Yep.
Okay, what's your current favorite gun?
Oh, that's easy. That's my shotgun. I have a Beretta 1301, the only orange camo shotgun on the planet. GT Turley Van Comped it all up for me and then painted it.
Awesome.
He made it, so I've got a custom set. So it's a paint job that you can't get if you want it because he did these two by hand, but it's a matching set. There's the 1301, and then there is a Shockwave that matches it, and those are probably my two favorite guns.
They're beautiful.
I'm a shotgun guy. I love shotguns.
They're beautiful. Yep. They're beautiful. All right. Currently, what are you enjoying most about teaching, or which classes and topics are you enjoying most?
Oh man, what I'm enjoying the most right now is I'm implementing a lot of the stuff that we learned in the force science stuff, the methods, and watching people get there on their own, where I give very little technique. I'm giving them enough technique that they can do it safe, and then giving them the freedom to explore. So I'm like, here's the technique that works for a lot of folks. Let's practice that, but now let's go practice it, and you figure out what works for you, because the principle, covers everybody, but it's very personal how you apply it. And I am, since we've kind of made this little shift, I am just loving it.
Shift.
It's
a radically different
shift. Yeah, it's ginormous. And we're seeing people, I did it this weekend as I was speaking to people
I watched you do it in
downstairs,
real time.
and I'm like, it's so fun to watch them come to it themselves.
Yes.
Because then I think it sticks.
It does, and there's that ownership that they feel, and that involvement in it.
Yeah.
And it's truly theirs.
And they're part of the process, and now they own it, and it isn't Neil told me to do this or Neil told me how to do this. It's Neil helped me get here.
Yes.
And so I still get to be the hero of the story, right? But that I don't even care about. The part that's cool for me is that I get to see them actually do these things or grab that piece of knowledge and keep it, and now it's theirs forever. And I don't have to fight the derp anymore.
Right.
Because I don't have to. I don't have to be invested in their derp.
Gosh, that's a very very good point.
Yep.
That's a very good point. That's a whole nother video subject.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, what's one helpful hint you can share with instructors just starting out?
Oh man, you know, if you're just starting out, I think the big thing is stick with it.
Okay.
But know what your boundaries are. You know, I think as we start out, we tend to say, you know what, I'm very flexible and I'll come to you and I'll do this and do that. You know, and what I see so often is young people burn themselves out by giving themselves so much to a class of 1 or a class of 2,
so true.
and they get burned out, and then the next thing you know, they're tired of it.
Yes, that's so well said.
And so
that can be exhausting. That's a long grind.
It really is.
Yeah.
You know, and then don't be afraid to reach out to somebody. You know, find your mentor that is willing to help you. And more time AIing is probably better.
So true.
You know, I think a lot of times, you know, we'll take an instructor class and we want to jump into it. And now I want to be in charge, which is great and fine, and I'm all about that. But spending more time watching somebody that's been doing it a while, it pays dividends that forever to see that. And to this day, I mean, I have AI'd for some of the some premier guys that I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll come. Just let me. I'll and I don't even need the AI. I don't even need the I. Just can I be the A? Can I be the assistant? I will hang targets. I will paste targets. I'll change the trash bags. Whatever. I just want to be around and see how you do it so that I can pick things up.
Yes.
And you know, that's a big thing to me. I try to do that a lot.
And I've had people say, well, don't you see the same thing when you're a student in the class? No, you don't. You don't. It's radically different.
It's significantly different. You know, now that's a great point though, because if you're a student in a lot of classes, you do get a lot.
Yes.
But if you get to be that person that's standing behind the line with the instructor, you get to see what he sees or she sees. You know, and you know, not to be too weird about it, but I AI'd for you in Colorado, and I learned a ton. I'm like, this is
for you.
A lot of times I'm just going to step back just a little further and just let Kaery do it because I want to see how she handles this. And there were a couple things I'm like, that's such a great way to handle this. Why am I not doing this?
Or that's weird.
So, or hey, I'm going to talk. But the beautiful thing is between us, we get to talk about it later.
Right.
And so that's what I guess that's what I would say to somebody just starting out is find a good mentor and spend time with them, and don't be too excited to get out on your own. But you want to get out on your own, but a good mentor will help you do that.
That's so well said. Well said. Yeah.
By using that less lethal.
Yeah.
And there's so many folks that will say, well, I'm not going to have less lethal. I'm either going to have my gun or nothing. And I'm like, you know, just seeing and hearing the story, and Steph works with you, and so I get to hear some of the inside stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my gosh, if this guy would have just OC'd this guy, it would have been over 2 hours later. That guy'd still be alive, and this person wouldn't be in jail. So that's probably the biggest one.
Yeah, that has had a huge impact on my teaching as well.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to work hard on, and it's fun to have you guys to work with in this, but is finding out a way to incorporate OC into everything we do, because we want to be talking about it, and there's so many myths and misconceptions about it that it's really confusing for people. Mr. John mentioned today, you know, wearing a shirt that says I'm not an OC kind of girl, not a great idea. So ASP, we've got to have a shirt, I am an OC kind of girl. Won't that be great?
I'm gonna make some phone calls. I've heard a few ideas about T-shirts this weekend.
I like it.
We'll have that. I'll make that happen.
Okay, if you could train with anyone, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh man. You know, I even knew that question was coming, and I've never, living or dead, who would it be?
And it doesn't have to be in the firearm space. It can be in any space. It could be in the chicken tractor space.
I mean, people should be training with me on chicken tractors, to be honest, right?
Completely agree. That is the truth.
I almost died by a chicken tractor, so I've got some experience. I've seen some things scary. No, you know, man, in the firearms world, you know, there's a few folks out there, but man, I would really love to spend more time with Ed Monk.
Yes.
You know, but you know, there's some of those people. You know, I never met Jeff Cooper. You know, I never met Tom. Oh man, the dot torture guy is.
Todd Green.
Todd Green. I never met Todd Green. Man, I would have loved to have spent time with them under instruction. I know a lot of people that knew them. And so I'm not giving you any one, but also Dr. William April. I took one class with him. I would if it might be, if I had to narrow it down to one, it'd probably be him.
Okay.
I would love to spend time with him again.
Yeah.
I got one class, and it was a short,
one day
it
or
was
something,
a
right?
one
Yeah,
dayer,
yep, same with me.
and it was life changing for both Steph and I. Yeah, that'd be the one I'd pick.
Okay. All right. Last question. If you could AI, this is your question. You help me come up with this question. So, if you could AI or RSO for anyone living or dead, who would it be?
AJ Zito.
Oh, he's so great. We're hosting him in Spokane, by the way, in early 2025.
Do you think you'd let me come AI for him?
He might.
AJ?
I'm hoping Miss Steph will come like she's come for Mr. Riley.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
all
that'd
right.
be awesome.
So Mr. AJ Zito, he's a good guy.
Yeah, you know, the thing, I've been in classes with him as both of us standing together as students.
Yeah.
I've seen him do some of his class work before, but I've never, but man, the
Like
way
start
he...
to finish.
Yeah, I haven't got to start to finish. And the way he communicates with people,
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
You know, he's taught at our conference before, and then we sit around in the evenings and talk. He's one of my favorite people, and I hope you know that. I hope you're at our conference again this year, because we've had some scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
But that, if I could pick anybody out there to go AI for, I'd pick AJ.
He's truly one of the most insightful and deep thinking firearm instructors I know.
Yep.
Yeah, he's good.
And
stuff.
fun too.
Oh my
that's a
gosh,
big
yes.
part.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's got a good sense of humor.
Yep.
Well, thank you for your time today, Mr. Neal, on our Instructor Insider Questions.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
All right, see you next week, guys.